And welcome back, everybody, to I'll Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, make sure you get to Fatty Beer. Let them know we sent you. Lots of great vibes, live music, entertainment, trivia. They have the works at all their locations, especially on the holidays. Check out their 24 Beers of Christmas Advent calendar while supplies last. You can find them at Fatty Beer on Instagram and Twitter, fattybeer.com. Also, a gift card, make a great gift for a friend, family member, beer buddy, as long as you're over 21 years old. So go check them out. And of course, as always, shout out to our sponsor, Extreme Discount Mattress, with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds, featuring the Cool Gel Memory Foam, two-sided mattresses, Tele Latex, organic mattresses, Chatham & Wells, Scott Living, and even the Skechers mattress, all for a third to a half the supposed sale prices anywhere. So stop in to any of their 7 locations across Western New York, or check out their website, extrememattress.com. That's extreme with an X. If you're looking for even more savings, check out their closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga. With up to 80% off their already low prices, save a fortune on one-of-a-kinds, closeouts, and floor samples. You can get a quality mattresses for literally pennies on the dollar. So get over to Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. Also, don't forget to mention that you're a fan of Two Goalies One Mike, and you will get a matching mattress protector with your purchase of a mattress. So then, once again, thank you to both our sponsors at Fatty Beer and Extreme Discount Mattress. Buffalo Sabres lose. They get jet lagged, whatever you want to call it, in Winnipeg, 4-1. Eric Comrie of Revenge Game. I had a bad feeling about this game, to be quite honest, after seeing the performance against Philly just a couple nights ago. You saw the lineup. I really just don't get it. Why Lindy just kind of force feeds us Tage on the wing down our throats. I don't get it. He is a proven commodity at center. He has had over a 90-point season at center. I mean, yeah, he's proven on the wing, but you don't have the luxury of having great depth down the middle right now. So why are we sitting here and forcing him to play a position that he has vocally said he's not as comfortable playing as he is at center? So I don't know. The players that you depend on to be your leaders are not being leaders right now. And I'm going to start calling out some names. I'm going to call out Rasmus Dahlin. I'm going to call out Tage Thompson. I'm going to call out the wannabe $10.5 million, $11 million man in Alex Tuch. Because you aren't playing like you want to make the playoffs right now. Tage and Tuch certainly aren't playing like they want to be on Team USA. We've already had this conversation 10 fucking times. Play with some fucking urgency and some passion and some intensity out there. I mean, you outshot them by quite a bit tonight. And I mean, I'm sure some of the analytics might have been your favorite night, but you can't win hockey games when you score 1 goal. Or when you only score 2 goals. Not in today's league. And you got to stop making these backup goalies look like fucking franchise netminders. Because they're not. You made Earson and Comrie back-to-back games look like Dominic Hasek. Power sucks. I would expect nothing less from you. First chat. Duane, lack of opportunistic. It's a tough one to get out. Scoring. Benson, Krebs, Quinn, McLeod, Doan offering 0 support all night. High danger chances due to odd man rushes all season long. Got goalied again. This is just exasperating. I have had it with this bipolar team. Listen, and I think my buddy Chris Maz tweeted out, either be a good hockey team or suck. Pick one or the other, because this is the definition of insanity when it comes to this hockey team, because it's neither one nor the other. They are the most consistent team at being inconsistent in all of sports. And it is legitimately the most irritating thing on the planet. It's why you don't, you shouldn't even say it's why you're not picking, 9th, 10th, or 11th in this year's draft. But I mean, we were used to that because they picked top 10 11 times in 14 years. So, I mean, who am I to sit here and say that? Like, they've gotten the draft picks to build a winning hockey team. They just haven't put a winning hockey team on the ice. And the thing that's most frustrating is like when this team plays, like they give a shit, and that I don't know if it's a coaching thing. I'm done calling it a coaching thing. I'm really done doing that because how many coaches we have to go through before we start saying it's the players? Because that's who it is. It's the players. It's not Lindy. Lindy makes a mistake here and there, and yet I just called him out to start the show for not having Tage at center. But at what point are we going to sit here and say it's the players? It is. It just is. I mean, that third goal, man, listen, first and foremost, the Sabres did not lose tonight because of goaltending. They lost tonight because they scored one goal. No. But that third goal, what the fuck are you doing, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen? I mean, you bit hard on a move on your blocker's side that never happened. I mean, wow. But he didn't come up earlier with a big save on a penalty shot on Lowry. It's just, I don't know, man. Big problem, huge issue off man skilled rushes in defensive zone, high danger scoring chances, including penalty shot. Winnipeg did not play well. Lots of poor passing. Yeah, I mean, I thought that whole deserve to win a meter, bullshit analytics, whatever. I'm sure it'll say that Buffalo deserved to win more than Winnipeg tonight. But that doesn't matter. And that's why analytics are something that, I mean, it's really just, I don't know, a tool to use to give you an idea of maybe where you need to improve your hockey team or individual players where they need to improve or however you want to word it. But how often are they on that side of the deserve to win a meter? And do they lose? That's how sports go. There are bounces and good breaks and bad breaks. And the Sabres are on the bad side of a lot of bad bounces and a lot of bad breaks. And that is one of the most consistent things about them. Looks like it was good on me to ignore this game and watch movie with the wife eating brisket nachos. Stick-to-stick passing was poor all night, both teams. No defensive awareness at all. Any other team would have found a way to win tonight. They were outshot on a losing streak. Of below average goalie. Need I say more? I mean, we're outshot tonight. They did 20. I think we outshot them by a lot. They had 23 total shots on net, including the empty netter. So I mean, again, you scored once. I don't care how good Eric Comrie played. It's still Eric Comrie in the net. It's not Vasilevsky. It's not Igor Shesterkin. It's not Jake Ottinger or fill in the blank with whatever goalie you want to. I might Christmas. Okay. Listen, it was Eric Comrie. And I mean, yeah, I'm sure he was playing with like a ton of emotion tonight. Sure. But at the end of the day, that's Eric Comrie. I mean, you practiced against this guy. Most of you did. I mean, you should have been able to pick up on some stuff. And no, he made you his bitch tonight. He did. I don't know, man. It is so frustrating to watch how poorly this team plays consistent. I don't know how to word this. Again, I already said it. I already worded it. They are consistent at being inconsistent. And at the end of the day, there's just no excuses anymore. No excuses. How many games are we into this season? How many games? We knew how important of a road trip this was. It is the coaching staff's job to motivate them, especially when they haven't made the playoffs longer than many people have been alive. Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you, but these guys are all playing in the NHL. They shouldn't need to be motivated to win hockey games. It should just be in your fucking DNA to go out there and play like a dog. I mean, what was it, Tage, at the beginning of the season, they're sick and tired of hearing about the playoff drought? Yeah, dude, we're sick and tired of talking about it. I am so sick and tired of talking about a 14-year playoff drought. I don't want to talk about a 15-year playoff drought. Who the hell wants to do that? So if you're tired, Tage Thompson, if you're tired, Rasmus Dahlin, if you're tired, Alex Tuch, if you're tired, Owen Power, if you're tired, fill in the fucking blank of hearing about a playoff drought, then go out there and play with some urgency, play with some desperation, and win hockey games that you should win. I mean, come on. Like, you guys are the leaders of this team. The most tenured players on this team. Oh, my God. It's also the GM's job to find ways to make this a playoff, find ways to make this to end this playoff drought. I'm sure he's done that. He hasn't done that since they missed by 1 point in 2022, 2023. Agreed. Unlike we said it on Two Goalies, One Mic Tuesday night, me and Hurls, we said you need at least 7 out of these 12 possible points. 7 for this to be a successful road trip. Well, 4 games left, right? Yeah. 4 games left. You're 0-2. You blew the first 4 possible points. That means you have 8 left. Okay, man. Anything less than 7 points is inexcusable, and in my opinion, a failure. And I've said it after the Philly game. You are going to see this conference, see this division. You're going to see the pack start to separate here, right? Things are going to start to, teams are supposed to, players are going to start. I mean, teams are going to start to drift away in the standings. And you're going to be, I think right now you're at the bottom of the East, bottom of the conference, definitely bottom of the Atlantic. And I think it's because this is the second youngest team in the NHL. Alex, buddy, listen, I've heard this about this hockey team for years. They've been the youngest team in the NHL for how long now? That's no longer an excuse. Tage Thompson is, my opinion, is a veteran at this point. Rasmus Dahlin is a veteran at this point. Alex Tuch is absolutely a veteran at this point. So I am tired of this is a young hockey team. They're still developing. They're still learning. No, I'm done with it. I am done with it. I am especially done with it as a fan. So done with it. The third youngest now, Montreal was younger than the Sabres, and look where they're at. Yeah, they're going to be a playoff team. They could be in a fucking contender with the goaltending they're getting. Or not goaltending, I'm sorry. With the way Caulfield's playing, Hudson's playing, the way that team has looked this season. I mean, they could be a contender depending on whatever moves they either make at this first roster freeze before the Olympics or the trade deadline. I mean, what's his face? The head coach, St. Louis, has really got that team turned around. I don't know, man. Krebs leads forwards on time on ice. Ellis coach 13U. Owen Power blows. UPL ends up in the stands on every pass across ice. Yeah, I mean, I won't put maybe you'd like a save on that breakaway. The first goal I'm not going to put on him at all. But that third goal, I mean, what are we doing, bud? What was that? You bid on a move that didn't happen. And then, the goal where Timmins was left in no man's land in front by himself. Byron went after the puck carry in front. I'm not sure if Norris knew that he was supposed to take that guy or not. I mean, he was standing right there by himself. You saw Timmins, was kind of on an island by himself. If you'd assume Norris would pick up that guy, I don't know, man. That pairing has just, burn that one out. Like, just stop it with that. I guess. They play like it's. Here's the thing: when they play, I hate to sound cliche. When they play their brand of hockey, they're a legitimate team. We've seen them beat good hockey teams. We've seen them beat Carolina. We've seen them beat Minnesota. We've seen them beat a lot of good teams so far this season. They're awful on the road. I think I read a stat that they haven't won a road game in like 27 games or something stupid like that in regulation, which is, I don't know if somebody know what stat I'm talking about. They haven't won a regulation road game in since last season or something stupid like that, which is insane considering how far we are into the season right now. I don't know, man. Why hasn't Buffalo Media called for a press conference with Adams? Where's the accountability? They might have. I can tell you right now, any normal franchise, if this road trip continues to go the way it's going, a normal franchise, that GM would be fired. The coach might even be fired. But this isn't a normal franchise. Terry's sipping pina coladas and whatever on the super yacht, enjoying life. Not a care in the world. We're supposed to think that this guy cares. Well, if he cared, wouldn't he be as upset as me and you with the direction of this team? Wouldn't he be as set as us with what this has become, what this hockey city has become? You would think that he would be upset, would he not? He wants McKenna. I've been saying for like a week now we should put the McKenna dreams to rest because I don't think there's any way we're going to finish below Calgary and Nashville and Vancouver and St. Louis. But right now, man, it very, very, very well might happen. I don't know. I'm going to hit some more comments here. Where is Billy Smith when you need him? He'd take Lindy out for us. We all remember that clip. But here's the thing again, Lindy isn't the most perfect coach, but at what point are we going to sit here and say it's the players? You know what I mean? Like how many coaches are we going to go through before we put it on the players? Maybe Lindy was a lazy hire, fan favorite, put asses in seats at the start of the season, you'll be adored for hiring him. That was the narrative. And you hope that this guy with his fire and his passion that he had his first go around with the Sabres and how much he cares about the city of Buffalo. And that is not debatable. He cares about this city. There's a reason why he still lived here even when he wasn't coaching here anymore. He cares about the city of Buffalo. This does affect him. That should not be debated. He cares a lot. I just don't think the players and the coaching staff he has are up to snuff for how much he cares. I'm sorry. I don't know if this sounds right, but the guy that cares the most should not always be the head coach. And that's not a knock. I think Darlene cares, but you got to be able to criticize him here. He hasn't been good enough. Tage Thompson hasn't been good enough. Alex Tuck hasn't been good enough. Zach Benson hasn't been good enough. These players are too inconsistent. There isn't enough urgency. New head coaches, same coaching staff. When can we get a new coaching staff for the head coach? When their contracts run out, because Terry Pagula is not going to pay guys not to coach for him anymore. Even though he once made the infamous comment, if I want to make money, I'll drill another well. Well, that was a lie. So, but what other coach would take a job in Buffalo? They're going to hire first-time head coach no matter what. Listen, I think most coaches would take an opportunity to coach, because there are good players on this team. Rasmus Dahlin is a franchise defenseman. Tage Thompson is a 2-time 40-plus goal scorer, 90 points. Alex Tuch, if he decides to stay a Sabre, that guy is one of the best two-way players in the NHL, possibly the best penalty killer in the NHL. And he can score 30 goals. Has done it multiple times. There is talent on this team that I think coaches would find interesting and would make them want to come in here and try and be the reason this team ends a playoff drought. But as long as Terry's the owner. I mean, Brendan Shanahan wanted the job. He wanted to run the team. He wanted to be the president of hockey operations. That guy's a Hall of Famer, over 600 goals, 3 Stanley Cups. He wanted to be here. He called Terry personally. Called him personally. No, not for him, though. He doesn't want to be challenged. He doesn't want somebody telling him what he is or isn't doing right. And it's just this selfish pride of Terry Pegula that gets in the way of this being a respectable franchise again. I mean, I don't know. Hire DeBoer. We need fire personality. Hell, hire Trotz. We always suck, just in slightly different ways. Last couple of years, we've sucked at home. There's talent, but would they want to put up with Terry? He's basically the problem, and he doesn't realize it. Imagine if this happened with the Bills. He got lucky with the Bills, and that's the thing that drives me nuts when people point to Terry Pegula's numbers. Like, well, look at the Bills. Like, Terry got lucky that he got Josh Allen. Like, they're good in spite of some of the bad decisions from their GM, which the GM has made plenty of bad decisions. Definitely most recently, some of the contracts he signed on defense. The lack of getting playmakers around your unicorn of a quarterback, arguably, not even arguably, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. You can say that about Josh Allen. You absolutely can. Every other week, he's breaking a new record. Just broke Cam Newton's all-time rushing touchdown record by QB. He's just turned 30, or he's not even 30. So, yeah, he got lucky with Josh Allen in a sport where one guy at one position can turn your entire franchise around. And you're right, John. The Bills aren't a shining example anymore. They're not. This team should never let Michael Pekka leave the organization. He's look a lot better behind the bench than Appert. I agree. But he didn't want to be the eye in the sky. That was that bench was given to Matt Ellis. Matt fucking Ellis. They chose Matt Elvis over Michael Pekka. 2-time Selke winner. Sick. Remember the good old days. Yeah, I do. Dustin Brown, no, he's literally coaching the Junior Sabres 15U team, I believe. Habs fan do not like St. Louis right now with the way he's handling Demidov. Oh, don't like Habs fan do not like St. Louis right now with the way he's handling Demidov. No more first-time coaches. Go after DeBoer or Gallant. Yeah, I mean, listen, if they do decide to part ways with Lindy, he's not getting fired. They're not firing Lindy Ruff. Let's make that perfectly clear, too. He's done after this season. His contract, they will let him, they might offer him a front office job after this or something along those lines. But they are not going to fire Lindy Ruff. It is not going to happen. Just get that completely out of your mind. It's not going to happen. They're not going to do that twice to him. Terry's ego keeping the Sabres from succeeding. Yeah, it's selfish pride, man. It's exactly what it is. It is selfish pride. Buffalo media is a joke. Paul Hamilton and Mike Harrington were full supporters of Adams until I dragged them on WGR. So many times they changed their tune. In terms of Hamilton, sure, and of Harrington, we've had him on this show multiple times. Harrington, he's been calling for Adams to be fired for a while now. But I think he, like me, says it's not going to happen. If it was going to happen, it would have happened already. So we just got to probably stop talking about it. I think they could go 0 for 6 on this road trip and he'd still have a job. I truly believe that. John Reisner, problem is Terry, full stop. Yeah, man. 100%. Was Lindy ever a good coach? Couldn't win with Hasek, for Christ's sake. Ran Miller into the ground when we had him. I mean, yeah, he was a good coach in a different time era when the game was different. No doubt he was a good coach. I mean, you don't have the teams you have and how successful they were. I mean, Hasek, yeah, you didn't win with Hasek. That's because you also didn't give him any really real weapons offensively. The best offensive weapons he had were Mogilny and LaFontaine. And LaFontaine left after the 96-97 season, after the trade to the Rangers for a second-round pick. After that, he was never really given like real weapons. I mean, Miro Shatan, they kind of lucked into, but I don't know. They really depend on defensive style hockey and Hasek, playing like the greatest goalie that ever lived to win hockey games. And it worked. It worked until it didn't. And he even got tired of it. So you're going to stop buying season tickets, stop getting sucked into the bullshit, butter dishes, and beer savers. Stop all of it until the point gets across to these idiots. I don't disagree with that. Stop buying into the marketing. I agree. I've said no to free hockey tickets a number of times so far this season because I just don't want to support it anymore. It's an expensive night out every time you go. I don't care anymore. I don't. I mean, I care, but in terms of going to the games, I'll just sit at home and watch. It will be Leone probably, but it should be DeBoer. Gallant. DeBoer is probably going to the Kings, and it will bite us in the ass not going after him. And if Adams wasn't fired during that losing streak last year, he won't ever be. Pagula will extend Adams. Let's be real. I don't think Adams gets. I mean, people pick at the arena if they miss the playoffs this year and they give him an extension. There's no way. Lindy out by road trip, if not at least 500. There is really no injuries to fall back on anymore. Yeah, I mean, you can't talk about the injuries anymore. You can't. You can't blame the injuries anymore. Kesselring's the only one out. He's the only one. You're healthy. I think you are a healthy hockey team right now because every single team at every point of the season deals with one injury or two injuries or three. You know what I mean? Everybody deals with it, and they find ways to get through it. Good hockey teams find ways to get through injuries. And you are not a good hockey team right now. You are not. Because good hockey teams are consistent. Good hockey teams find ways to win in spite of coaching or injuries or bounces not going their way all the time. You still find ways to win. You find ways to beat Eric Comrie. You find ways to beat Earson when you played Philadelphia. You find ways to beat backup goaltenders. But you don't. You know why? Because you're just not a good hockey team. Remember the good old days when Pagula got on his jet and wanted to convince Robin Regehr to waive his no-trade clause, and now he wants to set the Guinness Book of World Records for most no-trade lists for a sports franchise. I think probably we're on every player's no-trade list. Let's be real. What are the chances that we are on every single player that has a no-movement clause? How much you want to bet that we're on every single one of them? At least we got the new scoreboard. New roof. Still same shitty seats. Same paint in the hallways with the old colors. Have you ever seen this team continually try to pass the puck into the net? It's maddening. Yeah. Is it time to trade Darlene, Tage, or Tuck? I mean, Tuck is probably the first to go. Jeff Skinner Memorial scoreboard. Norris and Tage better split up next game, and please do not let Krebs be leading 5v5 forward time on it. Yeah, I just don't, dude. Like, he hasn't scored a single goal this season. I forget. Nick Fatty tweeted it out. Let me see where it is here. Peyton Krebs has 0 goals in 27 games this season. I'd like to know how many goals. How many that counts going back into last season. Like, how many games in the last season, including last season? Pretty soon, Sabretooth will submit a trade request. Bring up Rosen and Hellenius. I don't know, man. Even Iafallo probably wouldn't want to come here and use it from Eden. I agree. Krebsy needs to put a little more Dale Hunter in his game, maybe a little Sean Avery too. Listen, man, if Peyton Krebs is on other hockey teams, is he even in the lineup? I hate saying that because I think we all love the style of hockey he plays. But on a losing hockey teams, you can't really afford to play this guy as much as you do and expect better results because he doesn't produce offensively. On a good team, sure, you can afford to have that guy on your fourth line and have him be mucking it up and instigating and grinding and going out there maybe against the team's best line and trying to help shut him down, drawing penalties. Yeah, but we're not a good hockey team. We're not winning hockey games. We're not a winning hockey team. So you can't sit here and afford to have that guy in your roster. When you have an Isaac Rosén who had, I think it was 6 points in 10 games, how many points he had while he was here. He played well. He probably has more points. I'm positive he probably has more points than Peyton Krebs this season. Right? I don't know, man. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. How much longer are we going to keep giving these players a pass and say, yeah, sure, part of it is Lindy Ruff, man, but it's the players, dude. It is the players. The give a fuck meter has to get higher. The desperation meter has to be higher. The intensity and the urgency meter has to go higher. It drives me absolutely insane. Rosén had 7 points. How many did Krebs have? How many does he have? Who is even there's a good question. Who's the goalie going forward? Figure this whole thing out, man. Just trade UPL. If it bites you down the road, who gives a shit at this point? I hate saying it like that, but like, for fuck's sakes, can we stop this embarrassing 3 goalie rotation that no other team in the league does, except for you? Because we're so afraid UPL might get hurt. Oh, God. UPL It's embarrassing, this 3 goalie rotation. Embarrassing. And as a goalie, I would fucking hate it. I would hate it so much. Because when you're not playing, you're not starting, you're still splitting reps with the other backup goalie. Like, who is, like, can somebody with half a brain for the position get in Kevin Adams' ear and saying, this is detrimental to your goaltenders. This is not good for your goalies. And if you want to win consistently, this is not the way to go about it. Figure it the fuck out. Wow, man. Well, others are getting jarry. I'm a glass half full optimist, and the glass is full of piss. Big mistake sending Rosén down to at 7 points in 10 games. Looked great on the power play, but yeah, send him down and keep Craig's Greenway and Dune up. Like, and here's the thing too, when it comes to Jordan Greenway, like, if you have to have this load management with the guy because you're afraid he might get hurt again, then why not just send him to Rochester for a rehab assignment? Like, why are you negatively affecting your lineup with this guy who's not at 100% rather than having Rosén up or Dune in your line? You know what I mean? Like, make that make sense. He should have been sent to Rochester for a rehab assignment, where realistically he probably helped their lineup a little bit in Rochester. And secondly, like, you don't have to worry about him negatively affecting your lineup and, making it more difficult for certain lines to find chemistry together. I don't know, man. That's just me. Didn't Lindy call it? Yeah, he did call it out. But he's not the one calling the shots. That's Kevin Adams and Terry Pagula. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm going to hit kick it back to our sponsors here before I hit my final thoughts. Just remember, everybody, that Fatty Beer Company is the premier market tap room in all of Western New York, with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western locations, and one of their newest locations in Amherst. Check it out. Fatty Beer Company. Great vibes, live music, entertainment, all throughout the holidays. Their 24 beers of Christmas advent calendar. FPI Mango Wheat Beer is one of my favorites. Have good food there too. Drown out your sorrows. Stuff your face with, to make the pain a little bit easier to take. This fucking hockey team. And as always, Extreme Discount Mattress.
We know with Skechers, your day starts with the comfort and support you need for your feet. And now that same innovation has made its way to the bedroom. Introducing the Skechers Sleep System. With cooling SketchKnit fabric, pressure-relieving Skechers Max cushioning, and our Skechers Posture Fit support system. Your day ends just like it began, with Skechers comfort that never stops. Skechers mattresses, exclusively at Extreme Discount Mattress, the lowest prices in the nation.
So thanks again to our sponsors at both Fatty Beer Company and Extreme Discount Mattress. Before we get out of here, I'm going to hit you with the quotes post-game from actually, no, I am not getting those because I guess Brian Koziel, who normally tweets them out, doesn't have them right now. So I might have lied about that. I apologize. The Sabres don't have a regulation win on the road since April 1st of last season. That's disgusting. That is so disgusting. Man, I don't know. Mike Harrington with a few of the post-game quotes. Talk on the turnover at the blue line with him and Duane. I put a lot of this game on myself, and I need to be better. Just can't allow things like that. Can't have stuff like that get into my game. I know better. Zucker, you've got to be willing to go to the dirty areas and be willing to just fight for one to go off your ass, go off something, get in it, get it in the net. And I don't think we have enough of that. And like that key quote right there, like we've heard similar quotes from that from other players, like saying we don't have enough of that in our game. We don't play this. We don't play enough like this. Just the definition of insanity when it comes to these quotes from certain players. Like Zucker even too, like he has said it multiple times. Remember like when he said hope is a shitty strategy at the end of the year news conference or press conferences? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you hear similar things said by certain players throughout the years on this hockey team that, you're not playing with desperation enough. You're not coming to the game rink ready to play from puck drop enough. You're not ready. You're not willing to take to win certain, battles in corners, and you're not willing to go to the front not enough and possibly take a beating. Like we hear this so much with this hockey team. It's a culture thing, and it's still a culture thing. Lindy on his top players, they have to produce. It might be just time to shake up, a big shake up of these lines and try something to get something going. I mean, yeah, maybe try Tage Thompson at center because he is your best center, in my opinion. Just thought. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. It's Friday night. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. If you do, and if you did, please make sure you're subscribed. If you're watching on YouTube right now, do me a favor, hit that like button right now. Hit it right now. Leave a comment. Tell us how much you enjoyed the show. If you're watching along on Twitter or Facebook. You can follow us at 2goalies1mike, at Duane S39, at Seahorse13, at builtinbuffalo_. And if you're audio only, if you listen to this you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Just search 2goalies1mike. Yeah. And as always, go Sabres. We'll talk to you later.